Hey everybody, I want to make a quick little video, kind of a Martinsville review, but not really. It's more of just a general concern I have with some of the stuff going on in the sport right now. So, driver etiquette slash aggressiveness is the theme here, alright? We've got two types of situations going on right now. We've got the chase that puts a lot of pressure on people, and on top of that we've got cutoff races that lend themselves to super aggressive driving, and even more so than they would normally be. NASCAR likes to pick high intensity tracks where, you know, it equalizes a lot of the other cars. Talladega, Daytona, short tracks. You know, you don't have to be a huge money team to run good on a short track all the time. You do have to generally be a huge money team to run really good on a mile and a half or a Kansas or Michigan or whatever. So, where am I getting at with this? Well, I understand that a lot of fans like the aggressiveness. I get that. But I think we're losing, or we're not remembering what a bump and run is and what a bump you into the wall and run is. Okay? So what I'm seeing a lot of these days is just dumps. They're not even beating a guy up for 4 or 5 laps and then kind of wedging him out of the way. It's no, as soon as I get you in a turn, you're just getting sent off into La La Land. That, to me, that's not good racing, right? Like, I get it. You've got to move people sometimes. I understand that. But, I mean, from what I remember watching on TV, a lot of times, Dale Earnhardt Sr., who was famous for things like this nature, the Intimidator, he'd work you over. He wouldn't necessarily, he would sometimes kind of get to you and just get rid of you. But a lot of times, he'd work you over, man. I think even he would be pretty appalled at some of the things that they're doing today. So with that said, the Truck Series, it's a joke. I mean, there's so many things broken with the Truck Series. For one, they're too short, so the stages, they don't really get into a good rhythm. You know, the competition cautions aren't helping with stage 1. It's just like gone like that. You don't really have any long speed runs. So what a lot of that's turned into is, because there's not potential to have long green flag runs anymore, especially in the trucks, minus the third stage, is you run into a situation where you're getting guys bunched up a lot. And these are young drivers, some of them, some are older, young drivers that are, you know, aggressive. And so, you know, now you're just kind of adding to all that intensity. And I think sometimes they just can't control themselves, you know. They just make rash decisions, and you see people start to get, you know, canned for it. They shouldn't. And what I really don't like is when the dominant truck or car of whatever series gets taken out, you know, right away with the green, white, checkered by a guy that, you know, hasn't been towards the front all day long, you know, or maybe hasn't had to lead all day long. I don't think that that's a good, I guess, benchmark, you'd say, or justification. You know, I think that, for generally speaking, the best car should win, or, you know, somewhere along those lines. I don't agree with what Alex Bowman did to Denny Hamlin, but I don't agree with what Denny Hamlin did to Alex Bowman. I don't agree that he should have, you know, interrupted the burnout and did his whole little spiel and everything else, you know. I don't agree with that. You know, I think that that was way uncalled for, and I know some fans will think that's awesome and everything else, but I think it kind of looked trashy, looked kind of redneckish, but That's just my opinion on it. I don't know. I know people say, oh, that's NASCAR. Well, I don't remember them doing stuff like that ever in NASCAR. Like, I don't remember you coming up and, you know, looking like two bulls going at each other at the end of the race when he's trying to do a burnout. I don't remember that ever being something done in NASCAR. That's just me. So yeah, I mean, so going back to, well, this is a whole nother video, but you know, I think that the stage racing and stuff needs to stay, but there needs to be some tweaks. I don't think that we need to have cautions at every stage. I think that you can just accumulate your points and keep racing. I don't think there should be a caution. I get it. It's for TV commercials and everything else and all this other stuff they claim. And that's fine. I understand that. But also what I'm getting at though is, how come F1 and all these other series don't need to have so many commercials? I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's, you know, maybe that's just the only way NASCAR can do it. I don't know. But I will tell you that I just think that it would be better racing if we could just have the stage in, but they keep green. You know, if a caution happens to fly because of a wreck at the end of the stage, okay, so be it. But especially with the trucks, truck drivers need to learn, you know, what it's going to be like to race long races in Cup. And, you know, quite frankly, maybe this would help. I mean, maybe it would help with some of the wrecks, because what's happening, especially in the trucks, is you're having some really good teams that should have been winning who aren't winning because people are just going crazy. Xfinity isn't as bad, but you know, they've definitely got their you know, problems. And Cup, you know, they for the most part keep it well mannered. But anyways, just kind of letting you guys know how I feel about it. Let me know if you feel the racing's too aggressive, if it's just right, entertaining, if it's good for the sport long term. You know, I don't know. I just feel like the easy button is always just get up to a guy and dump him. Like, I understand you don't want to wait around on somebody, and I know some of it's because of the car and the package, but you got to have car control, man. And like Alex Bowman, Dale Jr. said it. I like Alex Bowman. It's his responsibility of the guy on the bottom to just run the bottom lane. Like, you got to have more car control. You know, if you can't make the turn, you can't make the turn. You know, I mean, yes, 4 wheels are better than 2 wheels, or 8 wheels are better than 4 wheels, but you know, there's a limit to that. I think, you know, there's 10 laps to go. I think you should have kept working them over as long as possible. You know, until there was, you know, more racing left. And who's to say they wouldn't have got caught? But it's just not a good look, I think, dumping a guy like that. And it's not the first time it's happened. I mean, you know, but anyways, that's all I got.